far in the patterns and sequences videos, we have been looking at different types of patterns where shapes have changed, colors have changed, and more recently we've been looking at number sequences and the patterns of numbers. Maybe the number sequence was increasing or decreasing, but we haven't done a question like this, okay? A question that involves a table just like this, okay? And the table will give us some information and then it'll leave some blank spaces. And it'll be our job to try and figure out where or how we can fill in these blanks. So at the top, they'll give us kind of like what each number represents, okay? And then we have to look at each line, okay? We have to go line by line and fill in the blanks. So this would be like line 1, this would be line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. So we're looking at it horizontally, we're looking at it across, we're not looking at it down, okay? We're only looking across each line. We go down, we go across, we go across, we go across. So we don't look at we don't add up numbers vertically or anything like that. So first thing we're going to do together is we're going to look at the first one, okay? Now, what does this 5 represent? 5 is the first term, okay? The very first term means the first number in the sequence. And then the term-to-term rule is +5. So that means we have to add 5 for every term. Now, we have to write out the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth terms. Okay, well, I know the first one is 5, and it's +5 each time, so that means the second would be 10. The first term is 5, the second term is 10, because we +5 each time. That means the third term would be 15. The fourth term would be 20, and the fifth term would be 25. And that's all we have to do. Using the information we have here, here, and here, here and here, we are able to fill in the blank here. So what you can do is you can pause the video if you want to now and try and fill out the rest of the graph yourself. Or you can work along with me, okay? Because I've left another graph attached to the email that I sent this out with that I want you to do today as part of your homework. But if you want to have a go now, you can pause it and see if you can fill the rest of this out and then press play and check your answer. Okay, number 2. Here we don't know what the first term is. We know what the term-to-term rule is, it's +3, and we know what the second, the third, fourth, and fifth term is. We can see here, 9 to 12, that would be +3, 12 to 15, +3, 15 to 18, +3. So we know what the second one is, but we don't know what the first one is. However, to get to the second term, we would have had to +3 onto something, wouldn't we? Yeah? So if I said the first term was 6, the first term is 6, we +3, we get 9. So all I did there was, you can see 6 +3 would be 9, but if I do the opposite of the rule, if I subtract 3 from 9, I would also get the first term, wouldn't I? So the third one is a little trickier because we don't know the first term and we don't know the term-to-term rule. However, we've done sums in the last few days where we didn't know the term-to-term rule, we didn't know the pattern, but we were able to figure it out. So let's look at the second, third, fourth, and fifth terms and see if we can figure it out. From 20 to 15, 15 to 10, 10 to 15, 10 to 5. So we can see each time it's being reduced by 5. Now we know the term-to-term rule. The term-to-term rule is -5. So if I want to know the first term, and I know the second, and I know the term-to-term rule, let's flip it, let's make it the opposite. So if I made this into +5 and I added 5 onto 20, I'd get 25. Now the first term, if it's 25, and the rule is -5, 25 minus 5 is 20. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully that's clear for you. So if we're following the rule and we're going second, third, fourth, fifth, we follow the rule. We minus, 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 minus. But if we're going backwards and we're trying to work our way backwards, we do the opposite of the rule. We would plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. Okay, number 4. We know the first term, we know the term-to-term rule, so now we just need to write out the second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now, this is a minus 6, so we have to be careful, okay? Remember our number line. If we had 0 in the middle here and minus 6 over here, and say plus 6 over here, I have minus 6 and I'm adding 3. Am I going to the right or am I going to the left? I'm adding 3, so I'm going to the right. So it would be 1, 2, 3. So that would be minus 3. So minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3. And then I'm adding 3 again, so it would be 1, 2, 3. So the next term would be 0. And then I'm adding 3 again, so it would be 1, 2, 3. So 0 plus 3 is 3. And then I'm adding 3 again, so it would be 1, 2, 3. So the next term would be 6. The tricky bit is we start at minus 6 and then we're moving along the number line. Now, here we have, let's look at another number line here. We have 0, we're starting at 0. And you can see the second term is minus 4, which might be here, minus 4. Then minus 8 might be here, and then minus 12, and then minus 16. All right? So we are moving along the number line to the left. So when we moved to the right, we were adding. So if we're moving to the left, we must be subtracting. So you can see it goes from 0 to minus 4 to minus 8 to minus 12 to minus 16. You can see that here, okay? So the rule must be subtracting. Now what's the difference between the numbers? It's 4, isn't it? So it's minus 4. So we figured out the term-to-term rule is minus 4. And that's how we fill in one of these tables when we have blanks. So I've left you some homework to do in the email that I sent out to you. So have a go at that, take a picture and send it to me. All right, let me know if you have any problems. Bye.